What is going on, Broncos country? It's your boy Cy, lifelong Broncos fan from the great state of Hawaii. So, here with another video, we're going to be discussing the potential trade rumors that have been going around surrounding one of the best running backs in the league, that is Jonathan Taylor. Now, if you're kind of not in the know of what's going on with Jonathan Taylor, he is in the last year of his contract with the Indianapolis Colts. In 2023, he signed a $43 million extension, and that ends right after the end of this season. So he has been the speculation of a ton of trade rumors. A lot of people are actually predicting that he will end up with the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. I understand the need some people may feel we have at the running back spot. But in this video, I'm going to discuss whether trading for Jonathan Taylor would cost too much, whether it would even make sense for the Broncos to do, or whether we should just let our young talent grow in that running back room. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. And we are live. So there has been a lot of speculation about this Jonathan Taylor situation. As I mentioned before the intro, the Chicago Bears are like the favorite to land him if he does get traded. Now, it should be noted that the Indianapolis Colts have come out and stated that they are not actively shopping Jonathan Taylor. So I don't know if I'm sure the talks are ongoing. I don't know what his potential price tag is, but the assumption is that whoever trades for him, it'll have to be known between the two parties that it's not just going to be a trade and 1-year rental, right? I'm assuming wherever he goes, it's going to be known to the team, and he's going to ask for almost a guarantee, a verbal agreement of sorts that he will get extended wherever he gets traded, because it would be tough, and I don't know how much power he actually has, but I have seen the value for Jonathan Taylor as low as a 3rd-round pick. Now, I am of the opinion that he probably won't get shopped. That's just my feeling. But if Jonathan Taylor does get shopped, it is very juicy and very enticing to imagine a world where Bo Nix has Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Evan Ingram, and whoever wins that second tight end spot, which I might have a hot take on that. I don't think it's going to be Troutman. And you add Jonathan Taylor to the mix in that backfield with a Jonah Coleman as backup, with I don't know, I'm sure we'd give up a running back in the trade. But if you could keep Jonah Coleman and RJ Harvey or Dobbins backing up Jonathan Taylor, man, I don't know how this team doesn't stop getting disrespected by the media and they actually take us seriously as legitimate Super Bowl contenders in that scenario. Granted, most of us smart fans, right? Most of us that know better understand that the Denver Broncos are currently a Super Bowl contender as we speak, but the media will never give us that respect. So it's hard not to think about how juicy of an offense that would be, how successful of an offense that would be, what that offense would look like, the Star Wars-esque numbers that this offense would put up. Sean Payton adding Jonathan Taylor into this offense, behind that offensive line with Bo Nix in year 3, man, it's literally like 2013 Broncos offense all over again.
He's got the speed to get a big chunk, to get a big distance, take it all the way. Daniel Jones, they got by one, Taylor gets by another, always off to the races, a foot races for 10, here comes Hufanga, there goes Taylor, out of bounds at the 9.
They would have that potential instantly to become that legitimate of an offense. Now Now, the flip side to that is, what do you value more? Because the thing is we are in a Super Bowl window. Whether you agree with that or not, we are in a Super Bowl window. So, do you maximize that Super Bowl window? Do you just, not even leave any doubt, just fly that thing open, right? And make a trade for a running back who's still in his 20s, who still has some miles left, who is coming off back-to-back fantastic seasons, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that would argue that that should be the way to go, that would make a lot of sense. And those people are typically, more aggressive, right? Like, um, I've been saying for a year plus that they should have traded for Jalen Waddle, and here we are. Because they traded for Jalen Waddle to maximize that Super Bowl window. And Jonathan Taylor, no doubt, would do that if the trade like that were to take place. Now, the flip side, we have two very young running backs. Both have, RJ Harvey last year had the most touchdowns among rookie running backs. I think it might have been any rookie skill position he had the most touchdowns. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the case. RJ Harvey showed endless potential last year. And we got Jonah Coleman, who's already opening eyes during camp. So a lot of people will say, hey, just let the two youngsters learn behind J.K. Dobbins, who hopefully can stay healthy. But if he can't stay healthy, we have three, actual legitimate options behind him in RJ Harvey, Jonah Coleman, and Jaleel McLaughlin. And I hear that argument, absolutely. And I understand, we want to grow guys in-house, and you can't just allocate that much money to skill position players. And I understand that, but the thing is we got Cortland Sutton on a deal. We signed him at the perfect time. We got him on a deal. Jalen Waddle, right? We don't really have much control over that contract. He signed that with the Dolphins. But we have made several great deals financially. And do you want to take advantage of this Super Bowl window we are in? That's the ultimate question. How badly does Sean Payton and George Payton want to put their stamp on the NFL and win a Super Bowl? Jonathan Taylor, no doubt in my mind, would absolutely accomplish that. I think we're going to accomplish that regardless. But I think that would just put it over the top. Now, you may be wondering, well, Cy, where do you stand on this issue? You've kind of given us both points, both sides of the coin. Which side do you fall on? Well, for me, I think there's something to be said. There's something to take pride in when you legitimately homegrow your own talent, right? We have Bo Nix, homegrown. Cortland Sutton, homegrown. Sure, you can bring in outside talent, and they can absolutely help the overall success of the football team. I agree. Just look at Talanoa Hufanga, who we brought from San Francisco when he was a free agent. Look at the difference he made. He was an all-pro last year. So bringing in guys, veteran guys with kind of a bigger name, not against it at all. Not against it at all. And in the right situation, it can help you win a Super Bowl, no doubt. However, I think the price tag, keep in mind we just traded Jalen Waddle for Jalen Waddle. I think the price tag of trading for Jonathan Taylor might be just a little bit too high. That's number one. Number two, I think that Jonathan Taylor is going to want an extension, and he's going to want big time money. And quite frankly, that's just big time money that I don't know if I want to allocate to the running back position right now, given the fact that Bo Nix will have a contract that's due soon, given the fact that you do have these young running backs that are hungry and ready to take over once we're, us and JK decide to part ways. And you have some defensive contracts that you need to take care of, like Jaquan McMillan, and we'll need to decide what we do with Riley Moss. Unfortunately, this is the NFL, and running a successful football team leads to these issues. You can't pay everyone. So you have to be very selective, very, very selective on where you allocate your funds. And if I'm being honest, because running backs are so readily available in the draft, because running back is a position that Sean Payton typically uses a committee for. Usually he uses multiple running backs throughout the season for different purposes. That's why if you look back to his successful Saints teams, they had multiple running backs. Like, sure, you might have had one that was like around 1,000 yards. But then you had other guys that were like 700 yards, scrimmage. And then you had like, this guy had 500 scrimmage yards. He uses running back by committee to a very successful extent. I think when you add all of those things together, I just don't think it's very feasible for the Broncos to make a move like this, even though it would absolutely not even, keep the Super Bowl window open, not even just, open the window. It would just kick in the wall and there is no window. That's what it would do. I mean, it would be a slam dunk. Broncos are winning the Super Bowl. But if I'm being honest, they drafted Jonah Coleman for a reason. They drafted R.J. Harvey last year for a reason. They brought back J.K. Dobbins for a reason. Jaleel McLaughlin is someone that Sean Payton absolutely values and George Payton absolutely values for a reason. And I think Sean Payton and George Payton, when they put their minds together, they have absolutely earned the trust of this fan base as a whole. And I think that the Denver Broncos don't need a Jonathan Taylor to win the Super Bowl this year. I think it's just going to happen. With the talent we have, how close we were last year. Bo Nix is going into year 3. We've heard how many quarterbacks. Peyton Manning has said this. Tom Brady has said this. They didn't really start getting it till year 3. I think Bo Nix has his best year this year out of his first 2. And I think it's not even going to be particularly close. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season. So let me know what you guys think down below, Broncos country. You think that the Denver Broncos, do you think we should trade for Jonathan Taylor?
Reduces the risk of concussion, and Granson a big proponent of it. His teammate Rodney Thomas also wears one. Here's Taylor. Nice move by Jonathan Taylor. Oh, yeah! Touchdown! And some sweet moves by JT.
Or is it something you think we should just stay far away from and let our homegrown talent grow and let our talent that we have in that room have a chance to succeed? Let me know what you think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be giving you Denver Broncos content all football season long, baby, and I ain't going anywhere. So get used to seeing this face when it comes to the Denver Broncos. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me.